Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and a Daily Tribune official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Prosecutors from the International Criminal Court neither opposed nor supported the bid of former President Rodrigo Duterte to disqualify 3 Filipino lawyers representing drug war victims over alleged conflict of interest. The Commission on Population and Development warned of rising pregnancies among girls aged 10 to 14, according to PSA data. State prosecutors have recommended filing 2 counts of murder against 3 suspects in the killing of a female police officer and her 8-year-old son. The Liberal Party of Australia proposed banning immigrants from terrorist-controlled areas in 13 countries, including the Philippines, drawing attention in Australia over security and diplomatic ties. For international news, Jesse Jackson, U.S. civil rights icon, dies at 84. Total resources of the country's financial system grew to 8.1% to 36.93 trillion pesos by the end of 2025, driven mainly by rising bank assets, according to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. The Miss Universe Philippines competition now adopts a season-long interactive format where the public voting helps determine who advances and ultimately wins. Alex Ayala pulled off an upset in the Dubai Tennis Championships after stunning world number 8 Jasmine Paolini of Italy in round 32 at the Aviation Club Tennis Center in the United Arab Emirates on Wednesday, Manila time. Today is the 18th of February 2026, Wednesday, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. The northeast monsoon and easterlies will bring scattered rains and cloudy skies across the Philippines today. Cagayan, Isabela, Aurora, Quezon, and Camarines Norte will experience cloudy skies with rains from the northeast monsoon, while Metro Manila, Visayas, and the rest of Luzon will see isolated rain. Caraga and Davao region will have cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms due to the easterlies. The rest of Mindanao will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Now for a traffic update. Heavy traffic is reported at Balintawak Cloverleaf southbound A Bonifacio EDSA, moving at 20 to 30 kilometers per hour, and at NLEX Drive-In Dine approaching NLEX Arbor Link Interchange southbound at 20 to 30 kilometers per hour. NLEX Connector Magsaysay entry ramp is closed for maintenance until February 19th. Pulila northbound exit and southbound entry lane are closed for road works until February 20th. At Mekawayan River Bridge northbound, the rightmost lane is closed for safety repairs. The east service road is open for Class 1 and 2 vehicles. All other areas of NLEX, SATEX, and NLEX Connector remain light. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. The International Criminal Court prosecutors said they neither support nor oppose former President Rodrigo Duterte's request to disqualify 3 lawyers representing drug war victims over an alleged conflict of interest, adding they will not rely on disputed materials in upcoming proceedings. The defense argues the lawyers' past professional ties could affect fairness and is seeking to revoke their appointments ahead of the confirmation of charges hearing on crimes against humanity linked to anti-drug killings from 2011 to 2019. Now, the Commission on Population and Development warned of a rise in pregnancies among girls aged 10 to 14, citing Philippine Statistics Authority data showing 138,697 pregnancies among ages 10 to 19, with 3,560 cases in the youngest group. Health Secretary Ted Herbosa noted that 51% of pregnancies nationwide are unplanned, with 30% involving adolescents. Officials linked the trend to abuse and social factors, called for stronger reproductive health education, protection for minors, and highlighted government programs tackling teenage pregnancy. Now, state prosecutors recommended 2 counts of murder against Pia Panganiban, Christian Panganiban, and Hill D. Jr. for the deaths of Police Staff Sergeant Diane Marie Molenjo and her 8-year-old son, John Ismael. The victim's husband and a witness were cleared of involvement, while robbery-related charges were dismissed due to the lack of evidence. The case now advances to formal proceedings before the Quezon City Regional Trial Court. For our international use, the Liberal Party of Australia has proposed restricting immigration from terrorist-controlled regions in 13 countries, including the Philippines, though the plan is not yet approved. Linked to Angus Taylor, the proposal focuses on tighter security screening amid debate following a terror attack in Bondi Beach. Its reference to parts of Mindanao has drawn attention to Manila given ongoing counter-terrorism cooperation between the two countries. For our international news, Jesse Jackson, who died Tuesday at 84, was a civil rights leader, Baptist minister, and political activist whose 1980s presidential bids helped lay the groundwork for Barack Obama's election. A close ally of Martin Luther King Jr., Jackson co-founded Operation PUSH and the National Rainbow Coalition, championed African American rights, fought for jobs and equality, and mediated international disputes. He remained a key figure in racial justice, including supporting George Floyd's family in 2021, while his life reflected both pioneering achievements and personal hardships, growing up in segregated South Carolina. For our business news, the Philippines' financial system grew to 8.1% to 36.93 trillion pesos by the end of 2025, fueled mainly by an 8.7% rise in bank assets to 30.71 trillion pesos, now 83% of total resources, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas reported. Universal and commercial banks held 93% of banking resources, while thrift banks jumped to 24.8% and digital banks soared to 42%. Rural and cooperative banks fell 4%, and non-bank financial institutions including investment houses, pawn shops, and security firms grew 5.2% to 6.33 trillion pesos. For our entertainment news, the Miss Universe Philippines 2026 pageant introduces a season-long tiered system where the public helps determine which delegates advance through evening gown, swimsuit, and interview rounds, while judges' selections, brand awards, and wildcards keep up the competition dynamic. Fans now track contestants' growth, advocacy, and personality week by week, making the pageant more participatory and episodic. The eventual winner will succeed Atisa Manalo and represent the Philippines on the global stage later this year. For our sports news, Alex Ayala upset world number 8 Jasmine Paolini of Italy in the round of 32 at the Dubai Tennis Championships on Wednesday, Manila time. The 20-year-old Rafael Nadal Academy alumna needed 1 hour and 40 minutes to secure another top 10 win, following previous victories over Madison Keys and Iga Swiatek. Ayala praised Paolini as a great opponent and described the match as an emotional achievement. She now faces world number 32, Sorana Cristia of Romania, in round of 32 later Wednesday at the Aviation Club Tennis Center. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for curiosity and communication, Gemini. Your mind is sharp, and with Aquarius season beginning, learning and sharing ideas take the center stage. It is a great time to sign up for an online workshop, explore a new hobby, or start learning a new language. Your storytelling skills shine, and sharing your ideas and feelings can inspire others while opening doors to new opportunities and possibilities in the weeks ahead. Now, Katribo, did you know that on February 18, 1981, Lorenzo Ruiz, a former altar boy from Binondo, Manila, was beatified by Pope John Paul II, the first beatification ever held outside the Vatican? Lorenzo Ruiz later became the first Filipino saint and martyr when canonized on October 18, 1987. Falsely accused of killing a Spaniard, he fled to Japan with Dominican priests in 1636, only to be arrested during the Tokugawa Shogun's persecution of Christians. Despite brutal torture, Ruiz never renounced his faith. He was martyred on September 29, 1637, in Nagasaki, dying from hemorrhage and suffocation, and his ashes were thrown into the sea. Now, this morning's viral is a TikTok video that has racked up 1.8 million views, leaving netizens laughing. So what do you think happens when a former hearse driver suddenly becomes a Grab driver? Curious enough? Let's watch this.
Kuya!
And that's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.